and their names are Ashley and Mackenzie. And I'm going to have Ashley come up first. They're going to hit a couple shots for you guys. And I just think you'll get a big kick out of watching them. They are great girls. They are 10 and 8 sisters. They've only been playing for a couple of years. And they just have some really beautiful little golf swings. I can't take credit for all of their moves. I've been working with them only for about 6 months. But I think they're pretty darn cute. So I want to show you their golf swing and show you how simple it can be, okay? Want to hit your iron first? Sure. All right. What did you bring with you? A pitching wedge?
I got my
9-iron. Okay. Let me get you some golf balls. Take a couple practice swings first. Get relaxed. You want to talk about range of motion. A 10-year-old, and to the point where we got to pull the reins in a little bit on that move. All right, but she's doing really good. Very good. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and hit a couple shots with your 9-iron. Good job. Awesome. Way to go. Try a couple more, okay? Now what I want you to watch is her balance, her tempo, her positions of her wrists when she's swinging. She's hitting all the checkpoints. So she doesn't have a whole lot of experience, but for her size and her age and what she's doing, she's making the most of her moment of impact. She's compressing the golf ball, and she's hitting it pretty darn good. Go ahead and try a couple more. Great job, sweetheart. Three in a row. Awesome. Here, try a couple drivers. This tee's a little bit high for your driver, but I think you're going to hit a good one. Underneath it. Try again. How about, I don't think you can hit it good off the ground. There you go. Back to the right, through to the left, right? Get back on that right leg. That was better. Good job. Ashley, what's your favorite part of the golf swing? She said the follow through. Why is that? It looks pretty. She likes the follow through better because she messes up in the backswing sometimes. How far do you hit your driver?
Sometimes around
140 yards, and I can attest to that, okay? So she has a sweet little tempo, very good balance. She's hitting the ball and she's connecting with it. Her moment of impact, she is hitting the ball in the middle of the club face and she's doing it consistently. And it's a simple swing, isn't it? All right, last one, sweetheart, and get your sister up here. Great job. High five. Awesome. Here you go.
Thank you.
All right, Mackenzie, come on up. While these girls are talking, any questions, feel free to ask them. Want to drive or irons? Okay. Go ahead and take a ball set up. Any questions? Yep, back there. I was just using a pitching wedge. You can use any kind of mid, low iron. I would say if you're going to use a long iron, I would choke up a little maybe if you're going to do real short swings. So you can play around with that, but it probably works the best with mid, short iron just to get the feel of it. To try to hit a real short swing with a long iron sometimes feels a little cumbersome. But you know what? Great job. I would say that with your driver, try a couple of half swings. Go back to that parallel position to here, and definitely the L, and just swing nice and easy. You'll be surprised how far you can hit it just from that L position, the swing will feel so effortless if you're hitting it solid. So they're hardly trying. These girls are doing awesome. Yes. Yeah. How does the swing change in order to hit up versus down on irons versus woods? That's a good question. So it's sort of a nuance of both setup and then also the way your club is coming into the ball. So when you set up for a driver, what I'd recommend you do is definitely make sure your ball position is correct, that the ball is up in the front of your stance, and that when you set up, you have the proper amount of spine tilt, which is the amount that your body is angled back away from the target. You know, certainly you don't want to overdo this, so I would have somebody, you know, take a look, but absolutely leaning back a little bit allows you to stay behind the ball and come back to this position. If you start too upright with a driver, you will hit down a little bit more frequently. So spine tilt is something that can really help your angle of attack. Also, a way you can feel what I'm talking about is go ahead and find an uphill lie, so that if you're a right-handed golfer, your left foot would be higher. It's almost a sense that you want to swing up the hill. You can try it. Put a ball down or tee a ball up or whatever and get a sense that your club is coming from low to high. Okay? And then do the opposite. Go and take an iron and find a downhill lie. And try to hit a few solid shots off of a downhill lie. And you'll understand how to work the club down and through. Because if you lift up too soon off of a downhill lie, you miss the ball completely, right? All right, I'm going to watch you hit a couple more. Let's see that iron, and then I want to see a driver. Great swing. Awesome. It's like a piece of cake. She's my powerhouse. Not that Ashley doesn't hit it far.
You have two sisters, and they have different swings. How do you teach two sisters that are roughly the same age, usually at the same time? How do you work that?
With these two girls, actually, I work with them during the same lesson. So we do an hour or so, and I've got them both there at the same time. So I'll bounce back and forth between the two girls, give one a tip, go back, work with the other one, and then they practice, and Dad's there to help, and it works out really good. But, you know, there are some fundamentals, as I was saying, that are the same for all swings, and so I make them understand that. But, you know, there are things like we'll work on, you know, balance, for example, or I'll have her hold her finish. Sometimes she swings so hard she gets a little out of control. You know, but both of them, that's something that anybody can work on. So there are some fundamentals that I'll address to the both of them. However, they do have their individual issues with their golf swing that I try to make real simple. And for example, one of the things that we've talked about, now this is again a girl that she can swing pretty hard at it, but when she does her takeaway, she picks the club up right away, right off the ground. And what does that do? That creates a very steep swing. And so sometimes what happens with her driver is her ball goes straight up in the air, she pops them up. So she's somebody that when I'm working with her on her takeaway, we're working on taking the club nice and low and slow away from the ball, and then she can power it through. So that takeaway really allows her to shallow out her swing, and it works beautifully. It's a very simple drill. With Ashley, we work on her backswing a little bit because her weight distribution is on the wrong foot. So it's very simple stuff, but we do drills. Ashley, come on up here for a second. Show them the 1 foot drill that I have you do. This helps her get on her back leg properly. She balances and turns. Back to the middle and turn. Okay, this is a really good one because in her golf swing, go ahead and set up. Pretend you're holding the golf club. Okay, put your other foot down on the ground now. Open the stance. Go ahead and make your back swing. Pretend you're swinging. Sometimes she gets over here and too much weight on the other foot. So by forcing her to practice on one leg, she gets the feeling, doesn't have to really think about mechanics, and it works for her. So we're working on that. So very simple stuff, but I can do both at the same time. They work on their separate things, and it works out beautifully. One more. Go ahead. Let's see a nice low, slow takeaway. Thank you, Ashley. Good job.